Raptors come in here 0-3 on the road. It's time now for McDonald's. I'm loving it. Starting lineups. We mentioned Chris Bosh. What an outstanding young talent he is. Peterson, the outside shooter. Araju is the second-year man for BYU. Rose and James. Sam Mitchell in his second year directed the Raptors to 33 wins last year. The Suns attempting to win consecutive home games for the first time this season. They are 4-5. They didn't lose game 5 until January 12th last season. Mike D'Antoni coaching a vulnerable team right now. Loss of Barbosa really hurts. They'll miss his speed. And let's go to the key of keys to the game. And here's Dan Marlin.
Gary, thanks so much for asking. The first one, play him straight up, which means the Suns aren't going to double team that much, especially off of Chris Bosh. They're going to let him play him one-on-one and not let him get to the boards off the rebounds. The second one is get back on defense. They want to run as much as possible. Toronto is a very bad defense team. They give up a lot of points and then rebound and run. They want to get out there, force the tempo.
So the key of keys to the game. Kia Motors, the power to surprise. Jack Neese, Scott Foster, Tony Brown, the three officials. The Raptors, we mentioned, coming off of a victory. They defeated Miami without Shaquille O'Neal. And the Raptors, a team that won 33 games last year. They're in a rebuilding process. And the Suns want to play well. And speaking of playing well, how about Mike James? He's had 38 and 36-point games.
Yeah, he's had a great start this year. He's getting a lot of playing time. His confidence is very high.
Mike James coming over to trade with the Houston Rockets. They dump it inside to the man we've been talking about, Bosh. Beautiful spin move inside, and they take an early lead.
I was talking about they're going to go one-on-one, but if Sean doesn't play better defense on the block, they're not going to allow Bosh to sit down there and score that many easy baskets.
Bosh has been very good. He has 7 straight double-doubles. Nash will back it out as they switch out on him, as they have the switch coming. Araju was out on him. Rebound by Kurt Thomas. Put back not there. And the rebound is cleared by Bosh. Bosh has gained some weight. He was kind of a stick figure when he came into the league. James feeling it. Not able to get it. Araju with a follow tip. The guy who started at Arizona Western and went to BYU with a follow tip.
So the Suns are going to have to do a good job of staying on the boards. This Toronto team, not a very good shooting team, but they love to crash the boards.
Quickly, they turn it over. Jalen Rose is always dangerous. Brings it out to Bosh. Here is Moe Peterson, who's an outstanding three-point shooter. Peterson will bring it to Rose with 10 on the shot clock. Bosh backing in on Sean Marion. See if he can stop this attempt. He goes to the left hand this time, and the rebound is cleared by Steve Nash.
That's a better job by Sean. They're not allowing Bosh to turn and get to the basket.
Nash ducks inside, has to get it outside to Jim Jackson. That'll be over and back. It'll go back to Toronto. So you would imagine that Jim Jackson's having to make some adjustments here tonight. Has not played that many minutes, trying to fit in with a starting 5.
Well, that's the toughest thing for a player, not knowing when you're going to play, if you're going to play, how many minutes. So it's a good thing that he's starting here tonight. Get a chance to get his confidence going a little bit, knowing he's going to get a lot of minutes today.
Only in opening night did he play more than 18 minutes. In his first start, of course, with Barbosa out of there for 2 to 3 weeks. Bosh and the left-hander hits it from outside. There are 5 left-handers on this Toronto team, and Bosh is one of them. Nash goes inside. Kurt Thomas not able to finish. Ball deflected out to go to Toronto. The Suns are off to a very slow start now, down 6-0.
Well, you know, Kurt's still working hard, struggles with his shooting, but there made a nice cut. Nash did a good job of finding it. Kurt just not able to finish it.
Suns have missed all 3 of their shots, as you can see. Toronto 3 of 5. The guys north of the border starting this road swing. It's the start of a 4-game Western road swing. Here is Rose, turnaround shot. The former member of the Fab 5 of Michigan gets a bounce. It's 8-0.
So you know they lost 9 in a row, and then beating a team like Miami gives you a little bit of confidence. So you know they came in here feeling a little bit better about themselves.
Raja Bell missing from outside. This Toronto team is the team that will go to the Clippers tomorrow night, then the Kings and Golden State. They'd love to get started here on this Western road swing. Pulling off a victory in the Purple Palace into Bosh. Bosh wheeling in, double pumps. Marion was there, played pretty good defense, and then Araju flattens Raja Bell and picks up the foul.
Yeah, that's a tough cover for Sean down there. Bosh, he's giving away a lot of height to Bosh. Bosh actually made a pretty nice move. Sean made him take a tough jump shot.
8-0. You look at this Toronto team, Dan, they've been a good first quarter club. They've averaged just over 29 points a game in the first quarter. So they've been fast starting teams, and right now they're off to a good start, leading 8-0. Ball comes in now to Sean Marion, backing in on Peterson, and Marion gets the scoreboard. Sean Marion with double-doubles, 8 of 9 games. If he would get one tonight, he would tie for the league leadership with Tim Duncan. Rose going in. Feed to Araju. Blocked by Kurt Thomas. Good play by Thomas. It will go off the Suns' Toronto ball. Good defense that time by Kurt coming over.
You see here Kurt doing what he does best, coming from New York. A very good defensive player. Helps out first, gets back, makes a good block shot there. And Kurt's one of the guys I think has really been hampered by Amari Stoudemire's hurt injury, because he came in and asked to make a lot of jump shots. He hasn't been able to do that yet, but he continues to play good team defense.
Yeah, I think, Dan, to follow up your point, he's maybe made the biggest adjustment of all the new guys this year coming over from the Knicks. Peterson able to hit that shot a moment ago. Araju comes down with it. It's 10-2. So the Suns off to a very slow start shooting the ball. They're 1 of 6 now. And away from the ball, we have a foul, as Sean Marion, trying to play Bosh, picks up the foul. That's a tough matchup for Sean Marion tonight.
It really is. Sean doesn't have the height where he can play Bosh in the post, but they said they're not going to try to double team him, so Sean just got to make him take turnaround jump shots with a hand in his face.
Here is Mike James, who always plays hard. In fact, Pat Riley said he never had anybody play harder than he did when he was in Miami. Here now is Jim Jackson digging it out, the 35-year-old with his first start. Jackson feeds it beautifully to Marion.
That's what Jim does really well. He's so good with the ball. He's very smart there, just coming off a pick and roll. Nice bounce pass to Sean.
10-4, the Raptors with the lead. Here is Peterson, who played on that NCAA championship team at Michigan State. Rose outside, brings it off to James. James has just been sensational this year. 24-point average in the last 5 games. Ball deflected out. It'll be off the Suns with only 4 to shoot. The Raptors will get it back.
Here we see Jim Jackson just waiting for the pick from Sean Marion. Nice fundamental bounce pass. Sean finishes.
Here's Bosh from outside, and he's wasting no time launching that one. Roger Bell comes up with a rebound off to Nash. Nash, thus far, with no assists in the game, out to Marion. Marion just not able to hit the long shots this year. Misses from outside, and it will come back the other way for the guys from Canada. And James strokes it. Mike James, a fifth-year man out of Duquesne, who used to play in every CBA team you can imagine. He bounced around the league and really has become a quality player. Thomas backing in, muscles his way inside, can't get it. Rebound comes up. Suns down 12-4. They've scored only 4 points in this game. At the 7-minute mark, their shot missing from outside by Jalen Rose. Steve Nash now trying to orchestrate something. He'll pop from outside. Boy, the Suns are just miserably cold. They're 2 of 10 here in the early going.
Yeah, they're getting good looks at it, just not being able to knock down any jump shots. So this Toronto team will give up points. It's just whether the Suns can hit them or not.
Yeah, they give up the most points of anybody in the league, over 106 a game, as Rose is fouled en route. That'll be Jim Jackson with the foul. You look at Toronto giving up 106.7 points a game. 7 of the 10 games they've given up over 100 points.
Yeah, and offensively tonight you can see they're very aggressive. They're taking the first shot, and if they don't have that shot, they're putting their heads down and going to the basket. So you can see they're very aggressive here tonight.
Here's Jalen Rose, a guy who's a rare talent. Seems to be always upset about something, though. Can be a headache to a coach, but is a talented player. Rose able to hit that shot. He is in his 12th year out of Michigan. A guy who last year averaged 18.5 points a game and played in 81 games for Toronto a year ago, but there was a time during the year they demoted him as a starter, and he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, and one of the reasons Toronto's struggling so much early in this year is he's having a bad start of the year. He's picked up his game here the last couple of games, so that's one guy, like you said, very talented.
Nash with a beautiful left hand inside. Maybe that'll get the Suns jump-started now. Trailing 14-6. 6.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Araju. Rafael Araju, who was born in Brazil, in fact, played with Barbosa on the Brazilian national team. That'll be over and back. That'll go to the Suns. 2 turnovers now against Toronto. The Suns with 2. Sam Mitchell, the coach, a guy who was a student of the game when he played. Last 7 years with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Roger Bell from the corner. A 2. He's been playing very well, averaging 12.5 points a game. Had 2 20-point games this year for the Suns. Makes it a 14-8 game. James brings it off now to Rose. Chris Bosh, who played 1 year at Georgia Tech. Turnaround shot, and tough shot, rebound by Thomas. Thomas gets it off to Nash.
That's a better matchup for the Suns. Thomas on there and Bosh. Bosh is not going to be able to muscle him like he can Sean Marion.
Jackson can't get him, but the Suns track it down. They're going to get a second chance. Off it comes now to Nash. Nash leading the NBA in assists again. Tries to dump it into Kurt. Not on the same page that time. It'll be Toronto ball. We have a timeout. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. As the Suns out of the chute slowly, but starting now to gain some momentum, down 14-8. Suns shooting 31% for the game. It's time for a Geico quote of the game. Geico Auto Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on a car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The quote is from Leandro Barbosa, talking about how he thinks his knee injury could have been avoided, and Marion28p didn't flop. He said nobody touched him, he just flopped. That's why I feel sad to hurt myself like that. I wish I could have hurt myself in another way. Let's look at it, Dan, and get your read on what happened here.
Well, just one of those freak incidents is that, at the end of the half, a free throw. He kind of gets pushed there by Raj. I don't think it was that much of a flop. Leandro just standing there, and the positive thing is I talked to athletic trainer Aaron Nelson. He said, it could have been a lot worse. Could have tore his MCL and his ACL, so they were actually pretty lucky that he just has that sprain. He'll be back in 3 weeks or so. So it could have been a lot worse. One of those freak things that happened. Manu obviously didn't try to do that, and Leandro was just upset because he was playing so well.
We're going to have a change now for Toronto. Their rookie, Charlie Villanueva, has come into the ball game. He is out of Connecticut and has been very impressive. He is fourth among rookies in scoring, second in rebounding as Arajo goes out of the ball game. 5:17 to go now in this first quarter. Suns down 14-8. Not shooting well in the game thus far. Here is Jalen Rose, left it short. It comes off to Raja Bell. Bell picked up by Mike James. They swing it around now to Nash. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Boris Diaw now is coming to the game for Phoenix. 10 on the shot clock. Nash. They have a switch out now with Bosh out on Nash, and then the foul will go on Peterson, reaching in on Diaw to commit the foul.
Well, that two-man game certainly isn't the same as it was last year with Amari Stoudemire. I think that's why Steve's having a little bit of an off year with shooting, because last year when he used to come off that pick and roll, they really couldn't just stay on him. They had to worry about Amari Stoudemire. Now, no one out there really able to hit any jump shots. Boris Diaw, not a real good shooter. Kurt Thomas hasn't been able to hit his jump shot. Sean Marion, the same thing. So that's why Steve's struggling a little bit.
That's a very good point, Dan. And here is Diaw from outside, and Diaw with his first shot of the night, nailed it.
Well, just like Amari last year, if this is a guy who can develop that outside jump shot, he's going to be awfully hard to stop.
You look at Diaw's numbers, it's amazing. He's averaging almost 6 rebounds and 6 assists a game, which is a very interesting stat line for a young player. And we've got a foul. It's going to be on Mo Peterson. If that'll be his second, they're going to have to get him out of there.
He found himself on the post down there with Steve Nash. Steve tried to front him and not allow, and Peterson just gets a little over-aggressive, tries to root him out of the post. And you can't do that. Got called for the offensive foul.
And the rookie Joey Graham out of Oklahoma State, who was the 16th pick in the first round, has come to the ball game. They like him. He was a first-team All-Big 12 pick. Suns right now on a 6-0 run the last 2.5 minutes. Have cut it to 4. Jones, his shot at 2, and Bosh comes down with a rebound. Mike James will come the other way. Toronto playing 3 rookies a lot. We'll see them all night long. There's Graham. One of them lost the handle. Rebound is cleared by Marion. Back it comes to Diaw. Quickly heading out to Raja Bell. And Bell doesn't get the break on the shot. Marion with a putback. Beautifully done by Sean Marion.
Yeah, beautiful is right. On the both sides of the floor. On defense went down, used his long arm, got in the pass lane, got the steal, and was able to get the offensive rebound.
So the Suns all of a sudden now starting to climb back in. They trail by as many as 10 in this game. Have it down to 2. Off to Rose, and we're going to have a foul on Jones as Jones tried to block his movement inside.
Sean Marion, one of the more active guys on the offensive rebound. Does a great job of getting in there, just active, gets his hands on the ball, lays it in. Started with his defense on the other end.
Marion is 3rd in the league in rebounding at the start of the night, averaging 12.6 a game. Bosh backing in. That left hand off the glass. He is silky smooth. He's going to be quite a player.
He's tough down there. Sean Marion trying to get down there and help. Don't want to double. Bosh just took his time in. A nice little left-handed jumper.
Nash will back it out now. The switch out, Bosh is on in. Nash is going to make him pay for it. Steve Nash able to connect. He has 4 points in the ball game.
And if they continue to switch, Steve Nash is going to have that jumper all night long.
It comes back into Bosh. Bosh at 6'11", backing in on Marion, goes up. Blocked by Sean. Beautiful defensive effort. And then he tips it over to Diaw. Diaw brings it ahead to Nash. To Marion. They reward him at the other end, but he can't quite finish. Villanueva brings it off now quickly to James. Mike James is one of those guys who always plays hard. He'll give you everything he's got. Here's Joey Graham from outside, and Graham connects. He is a good outside shooter.
Yes, and Mike James reminds me a little bit of a Tim Hardaway. Almost looks like him, but he's still that way with his crossover. Got a good outside jump shot. It's very physical for a point guard.
He does, Dan. He does look a lot like Hardaway. And there is the steal by Villanueva. And now it comes ahead to Bosh, and Bosh has it batted away. It's going to be off of Bosh. It'll be Phoenix ball. Timeout, Toronto. 2:23 left to go in this first quarter. Suns have been fighting uphill. They are then 4 as we step aside. Well, the Suns trail by as many as 10, have cut it to 4. It's time now for the Quest Spirit of Service stat of the game. We have a couple of the leading rebounders in this game tonight. Canby leading the way, then comes Dwight Howard, Sean Marion, and Bosh. And what's amazing about that, Marion is by far the shortest guy among that list.
And lightest. I mean, it's not even close. Pound to pound, the best rebounder in the league, Sean Marion, the Matrix.
The Matrix. We come back now, Bell along with Diaw, Sean Marion, James Jones, and now Eddie House has come to the ball game, the flamethrower. This guy is really fun to watch. He doesn't waste any time launching one. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Diaw now as they switch around. Calderon is coming to the ball game. He's another rookie, and that's a travel on Diaw. Jose Calderon, who is a rookie from Spain, a 24-year-old rookie who has been one of those 3 rookies that have impacted this Toronto team. And here he is. He leads all rookies in assists at 6.3 a game.
Yeah, they really like this guy. He's kind of a throwback player. Really looks to get his teammates involved. Hard-nosed kid, and they really think he's got a great upside. Villanueva
tries one inside. The rebound is cleared now by Jones. He brings it to House quickly to Bell. Bell will launch the 3. Not there. And Villanueva comes down to the rebound. Villanueva, of course, was on that NCAA championship team his freshman year at the University of Connecticut. Suns are 0 for 5 from three-point land. Calderon not able to hit that. It'll be Phoenix basketball with 1:30 to go here in this first quarter.
I don't know what's wrong with Eddie House. He's touched the ball 3 times. He hasn't taken a shot yet.
Well, I was setting him up. I thought he was going to launch right away. I'm disappointed.
You don't come to the game and watch Babe Ruth bunt. So
that's right.
Eddie House get in the game and let it fly.
You know, Dan, that's a great analogy.
Thank you.
Babe Ruth bunt. Did he ever bunt? I don't know. Here's House from outside. There he goes. Now we're back to where we thought we'd be.
Quit teasing me, Eddie.
2 points, and it's 18-16. Suns within 2 again. Calderon from outside. He played 6 years in the Spanish League. Deflected out. Bonner is also in for Toronto. As Bonner, our second-year man out of Florida. Great hands, Dan. You still can do it.
Still got it.
You still got it.
You think Sarver saw that over there?
I don't know. He might sign you.
I mean, I'm available.
I mean, you could still launch those 3s.
No problem with the best of them. I don't know if I'd make any, but I could shoot them.
Calderon from outside brings it off to Bonner. 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and he's going to try one from outside. Jose had to. The shot clock was winding down.
Well, I can see why he's leading all the rookies in assists, because he can't shoot.
Jones from outside follows his own shot and still doesn't get it. And Bonner brings it down. Bonner was a runner-up for the SEC Player of the Year his senior year at Florida. Off it comes to Calderon. He brings it off to Bonner again. Bonner came in here last year, played very well against the Suns, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Joey Graham.
Watch that Bell moving his feet there. Graham lowered his shoulder. Easy call for the ref. That's why we got this guy. One of the reasons we knew he was a good defensive player there. Moves his feet, and Graham just lowers his shoulder, and Raja takes the charge.
Bell is really fun to watch defensively. That's where he really earned his reputation as a defensive end. He's got an edge to his game. Now, the shot clock, the game clock almost synchronized as we have 10 seconds left in this quarter. Diaw gets a screen from Marion. 2-man game, and Marion's going to be fouled as Bonner got a piece of him inside.
And that's become a pet play of the Phoenix Suns with Diaw and Marion out there, the pick and roll. Diaw a number of times has just thrown that up to the rim for Marion to get a dunk. They tried the same thing there, and Sean gets the foul and the roll.
They had a foul to give. They'll take it side out.
Here you see Sean's just going to set the pick, roll the basket. Diaw just tries to throw it up, and Bonner commits the foul.
Change now. Jim Jackson's going to come in. They're going to get Bell out of there. Jackson very good at inbounding the ball, and they want to execute here with 5.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tell you, after the start to this game, the Suns would love to have this thing tied up at the end of the first quarter. Hiles trying to do that, and he does. We are tied at 18.
Well, not a bad option to get Eddie House.
No, sir.
5 seconds on the clock.
He had that 31-point game, you might recall, against Utah. There is Jackson fouling him, and they had a foul to give as well. And so Toronto, with 1.8 seconds, will take it out on the side. 18 all. Not a lot of points being scored, but the Suns, after that shaky start, have fought back on a 14-4 run now to finish this first quarter of play. Graham brings it into Bonner. Going to have to hurry, and they thought they should have had a foul. Sam Mitchell jumping up off the bench. He thought they had a foul. There was none. We're tied after one quarter.
Well, no surprise here as House is on fire again. Hits his first 2 jumpers. Suns come back, tie it up 18-18.
Both teams shooting 38% the first quarter. This date in the NBA, sponsored by Paddock Pools, Patios, and Spas. Experience the magic of Christmas now at all Paddock stores for all your holiday eats. November 22nd, 1950, the Fort Wayne Pistons defeated the Minneapolis Lakers 19-18 in Minneapolis. It was the lowest scoring game in NBA history. We've got a similar score here after one quarter, Dan, of 18 all.
Sorry I missed that game. That must have been exciting.
Obviously, they didn't have the three-point shot then, right?
Obviously not.
We're tied at 18 as we go to quarter number 2. Out it comes now to House, who hit 2 field goals in that first quarter. Marion with a reverse inside, and he's going to be fouled. Boy, Marion is really active here tonight. A guy who has opened the season with 7 straight double-doubles, 8 of 9 coming off a 22-point game and 15 rebounds in San Antonio.
Good job by Eddie House by just not letting that thing fly, putting the ball on the floor, created for Sean Marion to get to the free throw line.
Villanueva was the guy that committed the foul. Marion shooting only 71% from the free throw line. The Suns have gotten their first lead of the ball game, 19-18, now 20-18. So a 16-4 run now for the Suns. Calderon from outside. Into the corner to Bonner. Dumps it in now to Villanueva, and he goes in, can't reverse it. Rebound is cleared by Marion. Marion already with 4 rebounds in this ball game. Backing down is Diaw. Diaw takes Bonner in low. Marion having a tough time, comes up with it now with 12 on the shot clock. Jackson intended for Diaw, and every once in a while, Dan, you see moments where you see the team still adjusting to themselves, trying to figure everybody out.
Yeah, a lot of new players out there. That time Diaw made actually a nice pass. Sean couldn't handle it, but Jim Jackson tries to drive. Diaw thought he was going to go all the way, wasn't ready for the pass.
Just learning each other. Thus far, both teams have 6 turnovers in the ball game. Mike James will pop for 2. Air ball. And Marion just snatched it out of the air. Here comes House back. House with a 3. Top break on the shot. Marion kept it alive and got it back out to Diaw. I mean, he went up high.
He was so active on the offensive boards. That just uses athletic ability. Went over the Toronto Raptors player and tipped it back out.
The back tap stayed it alive, kept it alive, and the Suns now with 5 offensive rebounds in the ball game. Jackson swings it off Diaw. A 3 by Boris. Rebound to Marion again. Marion is really piling up some numbers here in the early going. House with the 3. No. And eventually Joey Graham comes down with it. Baseline comes Mike James, swings it out. Joey Graham again. And his shot will not go. And Villanueva tried to save it. And it went backcourt because that did not touch any Suns players. It'll go over to Phoenix.
Well, Villanueva thought he was falling out of bounds. Tried to rifle it off of House's legs. Just happened to miss and caused the turnover.
Changes now by Sam Mitchell. Jalen Rose going to come back in the ball game. Also, Chris Bosh will come in. James and Bonner will leave the contest at the 10:03 mark here of the second quarter. Suns now shooting 33%, as is Toronto. You can see 3-point shooting thus far. Haven't been able to find the mark.
It hasn't been a pretty game so far.
I think you're being kind, as that shot by Marion is a 2. And it's 22-18, and Marion is having a big night. He has 10 points and 8 rebounds in 14 minutes of play.
Rare make for Sean outside that 15-foot range. He has not yet found his jump shot.
Well, he's 1 of 20 from three-point land as Bosh got it inside and cuts the lead to 2, 22-20.
Well, beautiful pass by the rookie caller on there to Bosh, who just caught it and laid it in.
Bosh now with 8 points in the ball game to lead Toronto. Boris Diaw tries to feed House inside, and House is going to be fouled. House does something very well that a lot of good shooters don't do sometimes, and that's to work off the ball. He really works hard off the ball, and that ends up in a foul going against Calderon.
Well, he knows how to get open, but I've been impressed with his defense ability also. For a guy his size, you thought he'd be a liability, but he brings a lot of energy.
Eddie House up to Jackson. Jackson 9 on the shot clock, wheels inside, and he's going to be fouled. Neither team really able to shoot the ball well, but playing hard, and those shots hopefully will start to come for the Suns. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Timeout, Toronto. 9:18 to go. Second quarter. Suns up 22-20 after trailing by as many as 10 in the first quarter. Both teams struggling with their shooting. Suns have the lead, 22-20. Hey, coming up after the game, it's the Arizona Sports Report. Kevin McCabe sits down with Sun star Amari Stoudemire. Find out how the rehab is going. Plus, we'll spend a day with Eddie House, see how he gets ready in the morning and spends a typical day with his son. And we'll talk with the players after this game with the Raptors. That's all tonight after the game on your Arizona Sports Report with Bob Pasella and Corey Kessler. And I'll tell you what, he's decked out tonight, Mr. Stoudemire is.
That's very nice for you to lend your tie to Amari. He's going to give that back later?
He needs a little longer tie.
I don't know. Look at the shoes, first of all, and the pants. I mean, I hate that hole ensemble.
Yes.
That's got to be a dress code violation. What is that? He sat on a wet paint bench?
Hey, Dan, you know, you and I are buddies, but I wouldn't be picking on anybody's shoes. The shoes you wore tonight were a little bit of ridicule tonight by the coaches.
Classics.
I mean, we ought to take a shot of yours because, let me tell you, put them up. Let's see.
I'm not that flexible.
Yes, you are. You can get that.
I'll fall back. You'll have to save me. Look at Vinny, though. I kicked Vinny in the back of the head.
Okay. Well, anyway, take my words for it.
My shoes are better than
Because
Amari.
Mark Ivoroni, one of the assistants, said, I looked at your shoes, and he said, I thought they had spikes on them.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
4-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Suns. So I don't want you picking on Amari. I mean, you guys, you could trade shoes and be ridiculed, both of you. Inside now, and that shot by Villanueva, I don't know what that was. It didn't find the mark. Back it comes to Jackson. And here is Boris Diaw able to finish. And the Suns now up by 6.
Boris has done a great job of finishing around the basket. His biggest thing is when to shoot and when to pass. He's getting a little bit more aggressive and doing a good job.
On the corner, Jalen Rose. Don't let him get heated up. And then we have a loose ball foul that's going to go against the Suns. Let's go back to Diaw on the way he finished on that last play.
Well, this is his game. You know, with his size, he can really put the ball on the floor, especially going to his right. He's hard to stop him there with a nice finish off the glass.
And at the other end, Diaw's whistled with the foul. So Diaw now with his first. Jalen Rose backing in. Rose is really a tough matchup with that guard spot. If he moves down low as a small forward, he's 6'8". Can't finish there. Villanueva comes up with it. Back it comes down to Calderon. So 7 turnovers each. Both teams shooting in the 30 percentile. Here's Graham from outside, and he connects.
Well, the one thing the Suns have done well tonight is keep Toronto off the offensive rebounds. Toronto's not shooting very well, and Bosh is leading, or is third in the league in offensive rebounds, averaging over 4 a game, has yet to get one. So the Suns' game plan was to keep them off the offensive rebounds, and they've done a good job so far.
And Bosh just committed the foul, trying to keep Diaw from driving inside. Rajo Bell will come back in. Steve Nash will come back in for the Suns. House will sit down. House really finished that first quarter in great fashion for the Suns, and James Jones will sit down as well.
Well, one of the strengths of this year's team is their production off the bench, and House continues to lead that team.
Boy, that is a very good point. The Suns bench averaging just under 35 points a game after last year averaging 18.6. And it comes now to Diaw. Diaw backing in. Calderon wanted an offensive foul, and Diaw just hammered it home.
Good patience there. Didn't panic when they double teamed for a second. Took his time and abused the young point guard and dunked on him.
Diaw now with 6 points in the ball game. 28-22, Phoenix, 7:30 to go here in this first half of play. Rose, double team on him. You can see the Suns again getting a lift for the bench with 10 points. And that's going to be a travel. Out of control that time was Joey Graham, the rookie. Joey Graham was the most valuable player in the Big 12 tournament last year. He had a twin brother, Steven, who also played at Oklahoma State.
Well, trying to use that big body against Raja Bell. Raja continues to move his feet, took the charge again. Or got the walk call.
Out to Jim Jackson, the three by Jackson. And the Suns not hitting the threes here tonight. Calderon will come back the other way. Suns 0 for 10. Toronto 0 for 3. So 13 threes have been launched and none have found the mark. And we're going to have a foul inside. It's going to be on Villanueva. He can't believe it. He was tangled up with Jackson, and the rookie who played 2 years at Connecticut has picked up his second foul.
Well, Sam Mitchell was yelling at Villanueva the whole offensive possession there to get down to post up Jim Jackson, so got a little overzealous and got called for the foul.
Yale brings it out now to Nash. They have a switch. Bosh comes out on Nash. Into the corner it comes to Diaw. Diaw wheels out to Raja Bell. They have 7 seconds on the shot clock. With 3, Bell trying to find a shot. With 1 second, Jackson with a 3, and tipped up by Diaw. Marion tries to follow, and he's got it up and in.
Well, credit that to Diaw, got the first tip, and then Sean took it away from Villanueva and laid it in.
Suns up 30-22. Marion having a monster game. He almost has a double-double, and we still have 6:15 to go in this first half of play. And it comes to Bosh. Bosh going in, and that'll be a foul on Boris Diaw. Diaw's picked up the foul, trying to shut that down inside. That will be his second foul.
We're talking about the offensive boards. Jim Jackson with the shot clock running down. Diaw goes up, tips it. Sean, using that athletic ability, just jumps right over Villanueva and lays it in.
Bosh, a good free throw shooter, shooting 83% on the year. And not able to get that one. Matt Bonner's going to come back into the ball game now. Villanueva will check out.
You can see why Bosh is 12th in the league in free throws made. I mean, he's very aggressive in the post. He's got a lot of nice moves down there.
He really does. What I like about him, he's got great hands. I mean, he catches everything that comes in there, and he missed both free throws. 30-22. We've approached the halfway point of the second quarter. Bell picked up by Jalen Rose. Bell gets a screen now from Kurt Thomas to check back in, dribbled it off his leg. Marion's got it. They've got 7 to shoot. Nash will launch a 2. A rebound by Jalen Rose. Rose with an emphatic rebound that time to Calderon. To Bonner, he'll pull up with a 3, and finally somebody has hit a 3. That's the first hit of the night in this game. 30-25. Suns still looking for their first 3. They're 0 for 11, and we have a foul inside. It's going to be on Bonner. And so with 5:31 to go in this first half of play, the Suns are up by 5. Both teams struggling with their shooting. Well, there's a handsome family. Mark Bustos' kids and Bob Adlock. I mean, certainly glad they didn't take after their
father. I said they got it all from their mother, that's for sure.
Now you have 47 million.
Way to overcome your genes from your father, girls.
Would you let me read this?
No.
Okay. Now you have 47 million reasons to play Powerball. Wednesday's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $47 million. Check for the winning numbers at ArizonaLottery.com. It's time now for the Powerball Power Play.
Jim Jackson with the errant jumper. We've seen a lot tonight. And then the 2 guys for the Suns cleaning up on the offensive rebounds. And 47 million reasons. That's like an average player in the league signing a 3-year deal. $47 million.
That's right.
Look at the Suns' offensive rebounds. We don't see that too often with the Suns.
That's right.
Usually
Marion,
on the other way.
And it's Marion doing most of it. He has 9 rebounds in the game and 12 points. As we come back in now, it's going to be Nash at the free throw line. Nash with his first free throw, and Nash now for the year, and I hate to mention this.
Don't do it. Wait.
Okay, I'll wait. I'm going to wait. I can't handle the pressure.
Nope. 5.
Okay. 4. And he's now hit 38 in a row.
Timing's everything.
Isn't it, though? 32-25. Nash now with 6 points in the ball game. Mike James has come back in for Toronto. He'll drive inside, kick it in the corner to Joey Graham. Graham not able to get it. Marion with another rebound. He's got a double-double. Nash into the offensive end. To Marion. Marion wide open, nails it. Boy, he's having a terrific first half, Marion is.
Well, I can tell why Toronto gives up so many points. I mean, they absolutely switch every pick and roll. They don't care about any kind of matchups, and that's just going to kill him here tonight as Steve Nash continues to have 6'10", 6'11 guys on him. He'll just eat them alive.
Raptors 1-9 and have not won on the road this year. They're 0-3. Jalen Rose, and Rose connects. Rose off to kind of a slow start. He was 1 of 5 previous to that. 34-27. Have a switch again, as you just mentioned. Bonner has switched out on Nash. Got a mismatch inside on Thomas, but Marion able to hit it anyway. 36-27. Boy, Marion is headed for a huge game. I mean, he now has 9 double-doubles in 10 games, and we're still in the first half. James misses. Bonner tried to follow tip. Thomas is fouled as he tried to dig it out and get it up the floor. It's going to go on Bonner. And so Bonner has picked up another foul. Peterson comes back into the ball game. Joey Graham will leave. Suns now shooting 41%, starting to heat up a little bit. Toronto at 36. Boy, from the three-point land, though, the Suns 0 for 11. 1 of 5 for Toronto, and here's Kurt Thomas at the line.
Yeah, both teams not shooting well at all. The Suns have yet to get a fast break point, which is something that doesn't happen too often with this running gun team. Trying to do a good job of getting back, but like I said, on every pick and roll they're switching, so Suns just have to be patient. They can get any kind of shot they want.
Suns came in here averaging just over 8 makes a game from three-point land. That is second in the NBA as Thomas gets both free throws. Suns are 8 of 8 from the line, and it's 38-27. Both these teams scoring a lot of points, but it's been tough to come by here tonight. Here is Bosh coming in, a little pirouette move, and nicely done.
Beautiful move. Sean Marion comes from the weak side, tried to block that shot. Bosh with great body control lays it off the glass.
Bosh now in double figures with 10 points. Nash with Bonner switched out on him, and that was intended for Marion. So the Suns turn it over. That's their 8th turnover of the night. Mike D'Antoni, you can tell, a little frustrated as James comes into the offensive end now for the Raptors. Raptors making that big trade a year ago. Vince Carter going to the Nets, and there's a shot by Bosh. He hits again. And Carter will be in here Friday night with the New Jersey Nets. Nash will back it out. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Bonner out on him, and Nash is going to make him pay.
It's just that simple. Anytime Bonner switches out, Steve should just take that open jump shot. Bonner, there's no way he wants to get up. He knows Nash will go right around him.
Out it comes to James again. James played in Austria, France. He was a free agent from many teams. Last year playing with the Houston Rockets and Milwaukee, splitting time between them. And there's the three, and the connection made that time by Bonner. Bonner's a good outside shooter, and it's a 6-point game.
Yeah, I think he's 8 for 15 from threes this year. It's at 2 here tonight. And one thing you're starting to notice in this league, there's a lot of 6'10" guys who can shoot for threes now.
There's Marion losing the handle. James comes up with it. And now Toronto trying to cut this gap a little bit. Shot missing by Peterson, the putback. And that was too easy. And it's now a 4-point game. Bell outside. Now we'll go baseline. Lost the handle. It'll go back to Toronto. And so the Suns now have hit a little bit of a dry spell here. Jalen Rose has started to heat up.
I hope my turkey's not this dry. Not a classic so far.
Suns up 40-36. There he is, the original Phoenix Sun. Dick Van Arsdale, we mentioned earlier, in the road to recovery in a Scottsdale hospital. Opportunity to see him yesterday, and it was great to see you, Van. Get well. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, great guy and one of the toughest guys I've ever met, so I expect a full recovery out of him.
That's right. This week, Southwest Airlines featured destinations, the Baltimore, Washington area. Go to southwest.com for air, car, and hotel deals in the Baltimore, Washington area. Specials available through Thursday. So we come back now, 2:25. Left to go in the first half. James will duck inside out to Jalen Rose. Marion jumps out on him. 12 on the shot clock. And that'll be a travel on James, who tried to duck inside.
Yeah, both teams have 10 turnovers. The Suns only average about 13 a game, so very uncharacteristic for the Suns.
Well, we're approaching Turkey Day, so maybe we should have a turkey first half. Is that what you're suggesting?
We're well on our way.
But it could change. It could change.
Let's hope so.
Here is Nash now with a 2. Beautifully done. Barely rippled the net.
I don't understand it. I mean, they just switch and allow Steve Nash to shoot jump shots all day.
I know it. He's 4 of 8. He has 10 points. I don't think I've ever seen a team switch like this all the time.
Not a very good team, and Toronto obviously giving up about 107 points a game.
That's a nice move by Jalen Rose. He ducks inside. Rose came in the league as a first-round pick of the Denver Nuggets. Went to the Pacers with 5 years with Indiana, to the Bulls, and now Toronto. Nash picked up by James. A minute 27 to go here in this first half of play. 42-38. Suns out to Bell. Bell with a 3. No. Boy, the Suns may go this entire first half without hitting a 3. It's 0 for 12 now. Rose brings it in now to Bosh. Bosh backing in. Rose from the corner. Got Bell up in the air. Chris Bosh, who has 12 points, gets it into Rose, and Rose is going to be fouled.
Well, Raja took exception, got an elbow in the ear from Jalen Rose and retaliated and got caught.
So Bell with the foul, and Raja Bell picking up his first personal foul. He'll take it side out.
You'll see here, Rose trying to get position, swings his arm through, nails Raja right in the right ear, and Raja, being the competitor he is, took exception.
Out it comes now to James. 12 seconds on the shot clock, less than a minute to go in the first half. Bonner backing in. They swing it around. Good ball movement. Bonner open from the corner, a 3. And the rebound, Nash, and he's going to have it batted away by Bonner. It'll be Suns ball now with 50 seconds. Nash wanted to hit Marion. Marion didn't see it, and it got away from him. And so the Suns have turned it over at the 11th time.
Well, only 47 seconds left in this first half, thank goodness. Hopefully we can come back with a little bit more fire and take care of the ball here in the second half.
Here's James outside now to Bonner. Peterson will dump it into Bosh. The guy who is really long at 6'11", and staying tough was Kurt Thomas. Good defense by Thomas that time. Now we have a 3-second defensive technical against the Suns, and so Rose will shoot the free throw. Thomas did a nice job.
Did a great job, and you know, he's played for Miami, he's played for New York, both defensive teams, and he knows how to play defense in the post, and the Suns just got caught looking on the weak side, trying to maybe look for help. Steve Nash down low, but that's just perfect. See how he switches hands, moves his feet. Classic defense there by Kurt Thomas.
That's what he'll bring to this team, Kurt Thomas. That defensive toughness. Rose missed the technical. Rose is 76% free throw shooter. Last year shot 85%. And it comes now to Bonner. 12 on the shot clock. Bell playing some tough defense now on James. Into the corner, the left-hander Mo Peterson. Bonner tried to follow tip. Rebound by Jackson, off it comes to Nash. Nash and Marion flying up the floor. Outside, they kick it to Bell. Bell can't hit it. Deflected around, Mo Peterson saves it, and they're going to go for the last shot of the first half.
Yeah, not very smart there. If they didn't get the layup, they should have pulled it out and not took that shot away for the last shot and a half.
Quickly, Peterson, clock winding down. He missed the 3, and the Suns did not hit a 3 in the first half. 0 for 12. They still have the lead, 42-38. But I'm sure that Mike D'Antoni would like to have a much better second half of play.
You can't be happy, obviously. Not a very good half by either team. So you can't allow teams like this to stay in this game, and the Suns are going to have to come out and play a lot better in the second half.
I agree. 42-39 at the break. I should say 42-38. Tom and Tom will take you through the halftime. At the break, the Suns up 42-38 with Thunder Dan Marley. I'm Gary Bender. And Dan, you look at a couple of statistics. Suns 0 for 12 shooting threes. Only 2 fast break points. I mean, nothing figures. This game really does not compute, does it?
No, it sure doesn't. Shawn Marion obviously had a great half. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Steve Nash shot the ball well, but had 7 turnovers. So not a whole lot of things going right for the Suns except for the score.
Well, you can see here as we take a look now, the Jack in the Box inside the box score. We don't make it till you order it. You can see the three-point shooting we were talking about. Suns doing a pretty good job on the boards, out rebounding totally as well as offensive.
Yeah, they did a great job on the boards, and 8 from 8 from the free throw line. Pretty much the story is Toronto's only made 2 of 5, and not a very pretty game thus far, Gary.
Well, there's always a second half. There's always another.
Is that good or is
right?
that bad?
No, I think tonight it's you're going to see these Suns come out here rip roaring, ready to go in the second half of play. Suns trying to win their 3rd home game of the year. They're 2-4 at the start of the night. This is their worst home record since 96-97 as far as the start is concerned. That year they were 0-6. They'll be home for the next 2 weeks after their visit to Houston tomorrow night. So Marion, who had that double-double in the first half, gets it off to Nash, and here's James picking him up full court. Nash brings it off to Jackson. Jackson, of course, with his first start of the year, brings it out to Nash. Nash had only 2 assists in that first half. Jackson for the corner. Not there. James comes down with a rebound. You said it very well, Dan. You don't want to let the Raptors hang around. Start thinking they can win this thing. And that will help them think that as James now has cut it to a 2-point game.
Well, especially they're coming off their first win of the season against a very good Miami team. So the longer they stay in, that's the more confidence they gain.
And James thus far with 4 points. After having those brilliant games earlier of 38 and 36 points, that's going to be a foul on Jalen Rose. And so Rose has picked up his first personal foul, side out to the Suns. Jackson brings it in to Nash. Nash with James all over him now. Toronto 1-9. Finally winning that game the other night. Jackson misses again. Tipped up beautifully by Thomas. Followed. Excellent job by Kurt Thomas.
Yeah, that was beautiful. He knew he couldn't get the ball the first time, so he just tipped it to himself, got it, recomposed himself, and laid it in. Good job by Kurt.
He has 5 rebounds and 4 points in the ball game. Back to a 4-point lead for the Suns. James directing the traffic now, yelling something to Mo Peterson, who comes out and sets a screen. They still don't have their offense going with 7 on the shot clock. Bell trying to stay on top of James with 4. James gets it off now to Bosh. Bosh not able to hit it, and Araujo inside, follows, tries to go up again. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Nash comes back the other way. Steve Nash, now they switch out again, and Nash then hits the deck. He's going to be fouled, and it's going to go on Araujo. Araujo very unhappy about the fact he didn't get a call at the other end. Araujo's an interesting story. He went to Arizona Western. He was a guy, Arizona Western in Yuma, he's a guy who arrived with 1 suitcase and $10 in his pocket and eventually got a scholarship to BYU. Here is Nash from outside. Bosh comes down with a rebound. Bo Peterson, thus far in the ball game, hasn't really heated up. He is 1 of 4, and he's capable of having a big night. There's the 3, and that's what he does best.
Well, that was a good play there. Just set a pick and roll. Steve Nash went underneath. Bo Peterson recognized, stopped, and hit the 3.
We have a 1-point game. 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Nash picked up by James, gets a big screen from Marion. Now we have a mismatch inside. James trying to guard Sean Marion. Marion backing him down. 7 on the shot clock. Nash with a 3. Marion's got another rebound. Back to Steve Nash. Nash going to go inside this time and gets a tough break on the shot.
It's just going to come down to making shots. I mean, Toronto's going to allow you to get wide open jump shots and get to the basket. Suns haven't done a good job of converting.
Here is James from outside. Boy, this guy can light it up. He's had a terrific first part of the season. 38, 36-point games, averaging 24 points in the last 5. Nash able to hit from outside, and there is the 3. The initial 3 of the night, and now proud to own the 3-point zone. Fulton Homes donates $150 to Phoenix Suns charities. So Suns now 1 of 15 behind the line. Maybe that'll get them started. Inside it comes to Araujo, and Araujo's going to be fouled. Boy, this guy is a big, strong guy. As we mentioned, he played on Barbosa's Brazilian national team, where Barbosa really gained a lot of confidence. He was a Mountain West Coast Player of the Year at BYU, playing there 2 years, and he was the 8th pick in the draft last year.
This guy was?
Yes, this guy.
That guy.
And he missed the free throw. He's only shooting 25% for the free throw line. And last year he started 41 games for the Toronto team. This guy.
That guy right there.
Rafael Arroyo. As he missed them both. Well, he wanted a foul a moment ago. Maybe he better stay off the free throw line. That didn't look good, did it? 47-45. Suns by a pair. Nash going inside to Raja Bell. Jim Jackson ducks in. Thomas baseline. Rebound is cleared now by Bosh. Suns for the game now, under 40% again. And it comes to Arajo, and Arajo cannot come up with it.
Well, he did a good job of running the floor and stealing off his player. Just couldn't catch the ball.
There's a shot missing by Bell, and neither team able to hit here in this stretch of the third quarter. Jalen Rose trying to use the screen outside. 10 on the shot clock into Bosh. Chris Bosh. You're going to try to double him as he goes in, try to go to the left hand. Marion slapped it away. 3 on the shot clock. James to Bosh. He got it underway just before the shot clock expired.
I really like that guy's game. I didn't know he was that good of an outside shooter. He's able to step out and make that jump shot. And Jackson comes down and misfires on another 3, but Bosh has got all the tools.
He does. He has 14 points in the game. We are tied at 47. So the Suns have kind of picked up where they left off. This is the way they started the game. Rose from the corner, a 3. Nash comes down with a rebound. Nash looking at Jim Jackson, waiting for him to clear. Off to Marion instead. Marion gets his own rebound, goes right back up. Still doesn't get it. And we're going to have a foul inside. Marion staying with it. It's going to be on Jalen Rose.
Well, just Phoenix Suns trying to get one of their rare fast break points. Sean just runs the floor. Nobody picks him up. Misses the pup. He goes up, gets his own rebound, throws it up, gets fouled.
Diaw's going to come back into the lineup. Villanueva comes back in now for Toronto as Thomas will leave. 7.5 minutes to go in the third. We're even at 47. Two teams have been scoring a lot of points, and tonight they've been tough to come by. Here's Bell. Bell with the 2, and Peterson has inside position and gets a rebound. Mo Peterson, a first-round pick back in 2000, the 21st pick that year, coming out of Michigan State. Villanueva goes inside against Marion, little jump hook. Rebound cleared by Jackson. Jim Jackson trying to make something happen. Diaw thought about a 3, moves in to Nash. They throw it away, and that'll be turnover number 12.
Yeah, probably should have shot it. Tried to make too much of that play. Steve wasn't ready for the pass. Threw it out of bounds.
Mike D'Antoni, it says it all on his face. He can't believe what he's seen tonight.
I don't think anybody here can.
This is not what the people come to the Purple Palace to see. It's going to be won maybe by the team that outlasts the other, the way they're playing right now. That's an offensive foul on James. Nice defensive effort that time by Bell.
That's the third time Raja just moved his feet. These strong players just seem to lower their head, and Raja takes another charge as he again just gets in the way, and James just bowls him over.
James with his second foul. Diaw on the ball game with 6 points. Now it comes to Jim Jackson, 12 on the shot clock. Bell will duck into the left hand. Rebound is cleared by Villanueva.
Raja sure struggled, only 1 for 9 here. Has gotten a lot of good looks. Usually a very good outside shooter. Hasn't been able to knock any down. That time just missed the left-handed layup.
Well, the whole team's struggling, Dan. They're now shooting 35% as a team. They had 38% at half, so it's even dropped off from there. Here's Bosh again, and Bosh is the guy they're building their future around. You can understand why.
Yeah, just too talented to leave him down there one-on-one. Diaw is not going to be able to stop him, especially if nobody comes to help.
16 points for Bosh, who came in here averaging 20.2 a game. There's Nash, beautifully down to the left hand.
Well, Bosh gets switched out, and nobody comes to help. Nash just takes his time and rolls by the big guy and lays it in.
15 points for Nash. We have a timeout by Toronto. 49 all, with 5:49 left to go in this third quarter.
just rocks him to sleep. Patent left-hand layup. Don't go anywhere. This is exciting.
Well, the Suns having a battle here tonight. Deadlocked with Toronto at 49. Let's take a look at who's getting the job done. Brought to you by jobbing.com. Local jobs, fresh jobs, real jobs. Find them on jobbing.com. Bosh is getting it done.
About one of the few guys. I mean, he showed he could step out, hit that jump shot. Got great moves around the basket. Nice soft touch for the left-hander. Having a great year and one of the future stars of this league.
So the Suns have shot 3 of 15 in the third quarter. The Raptors not much better, 5 of 11. As coming in now is going to be James Jones for the Suns. Jackson will sit down. Suns had 42 points at the half, now with 49, and we played over half of this quarter.
They're on fire.
James picked up by Bell. Bell has really played some good defense, and it comes now to Bosh. Chris Bosh looking inside. Backing in against Diaw. Diaw got a piece of it. Boy, he is smooth. He is really smooth, this 21-year-old out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, no rush. Just takes his time, size up what the Suns are doing. Nice move, spin there, goes up, draws the contact, going to the free throw line.
Bosh tonight at the free throw line is 0 for 2, which is very uncharacteristic for him. He's a good free throw shooter. Their team is 2 of 7 shooting, and he gets this one. So Toronto has taken the lead, 50-49. They led by as many as 10 points way back at the start of this game. Suns got a lead at one time of 11. And since that time, it's been a close-fisted game. And right now, Toronto with the advantage. Bosh taking a lot of time and got them both. 51-49. Nash thus far with 15 points in the game, but interestingly only 2 assists. But when you're shooting 36%, it's hard to get assists. And there's the steal by Bosh.
Another turnover for the Suns. That's 13.
Jalen Rose into the offensive end. 5:15 to go in the third. Morris Peterson directing the traffic, gets it off to Rose with 7 on the shot clock. Rose a foul away, and Marion comes down to the rebound. John now with 13 rebounds, 16 points. You can see Nash and Marion doing most of the damage. 7 of 32 for the rest of the team. There's another miss, and Bosh comes down with it. It'll be Diaw with a foul. If it is, that's his 4th. So Diaw with 4 fouls.
Steve's a little frustrated there. Thought he could make that shot again on the pick and roll. Big guy switches off, just continues to miss those jumpers, and Suns need to get hot here.
Now, Mike D'Antoni sits down. You don't see him sitting down very much during the game. He's probably right now so exasperated. Now he'll get up, but he's probably saying to himself, I'm just going to sit down and hope that something's going to start to happen.
I mean, it's just out there for the players to have. They just got no fire. And
boy, you'd like to have that guy back, though. Amari Stoudemire. Suns try to just keep their head above the water until they can get him back, hopefully in February. Here is Bosh now, and off the glass, rebound cleared by Diaw, and Marion didn't see the ball, and eventually James comes up with it. Marion running up the floor is fortunate to get a handle on it. Villanueva goes inside, and the rookie spin move, and now it's a 4-point lead for Toronto. Again, and Dan's point's well taken. You can't let these guys hang around. All of a sudden, they're going to think, we beat Miami, we can beat Phoenix. And there's a little jump hook by Morris Diaw. Diaw with 8 points in the ball game. 4 minutes to go in the third. Boy, you thought this was going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams been averaging a lot. 97 points for Toronto, and there is James connecting from outside. And of course, the Suns lead the league at 108. And these two teams going to be lucky to get in the 80s tonight.
Yeah, you got to give Toronto a lot of credit. They've really controlled the tempo, haven't allowed Phoenix to get out and run at all.
Marion inside. That's the 3rd assist for Steve Nash. 55-53. Marion with 18 points. He came in here averaging 18.7. That was 35th in the league at the start of the night in scoring. And Jack Neese says we have a 3-second defensive technical. That's the second time it's been called against the Suns. Calderon's coming into the ball game, replacing Morris Peterson.
Well, very aware of Chris Bosh trying to post up. That time James Jones on the weak side just got caught looking too long.
So this time they'll let James shoot the technical after Rose missed one earlier. 56-53. Mike James coming over to trade for Rafer Alston, who kind of went into a meltdown last year for Toronto. Didn't want to stay around, and they traded him over to the Rockets, and James has been a welcome addition. Calderon outside now at the 3:28 mark. Joey Graham has come in. He'll go inside. Deflected away. Good defense that time by the Suns. Up it comes quickly to Bell. Bell with a left hand. Can't quite finish. It'll be off of Toronto.
Just one of those nights for Raja Bell. Got out and run. Got the layup. Again, missed it. And the Suns are in dire need of some energy. I'd like to see Eddie House come off the bench and maybe get hot like he was in that first quarter. Get these fans out of their seats and get some energy in this building.
Why don't you go suit up?
I'm ready.
Bell now 1 of 10 from the field. Off it goes to Marion. Left-handed shot, and Marion now has 20.
Sean, one of the lone bright spots for the Suns.
20 of the Suns' 55. 56-55. 3 minutes to go now in this third quarter. Ball deflected out. Villanueva looks inside. They bring it in to Bosh. Bosh against Marion. Boy, is he sweet. He is some player.
Yeah, good recognition there. Steady diet Bosh. That time, Diaw came down to double team. He turned away from it with a nice left-handed hook shot.
Here's Nash out the 2:41 mark. Brings it off to Jones. Jones wanted to shoot the three. Moves in and gets the two. 1-point game. Calderon now into the offensive end. They love the way this guy passes the basketball. He plays the game right. A veteran of so many years playing in Spain. And as I say that, he just lost the ball, and we have a timeout. 58-57. Toronto the lead. 2:21 to go in the third. So the Suns have a battle here tonight. They're down 58-57 with 2:21 left to go. And one of the things that's happened here is the Suns are not getting very many assists. They led the league at the start of the night, but they have only 11 tonight.
Well, it doesn't count as an assist unless the ball goes in the hole. And that hasn't happened too often here tonight.
No, it is not. Suns now shooting 39% for the game, 33% here in the third quarter. Jones with a three, no. And the rebound by Villanueva. I tell you what, Suns are 1 of 17. I don't know when the last time they've ever had this miserable a shooting night at three-point land.
I can't recall, Gary.
Not when you played.
No.
I mean, you would have hit 17 by now, right?
Of course.
Here's James down pulling up. Tough shot. And Bosh goes up, but it's tipped over to Jones. Good job by Sean Marion that time. The header comes down to Eddie House. House pulls up. That's what you were talking about.
Right.
That's what you were talking about. And so the two by House makes it 59-58. Nash now with 4 assists. Coach Marley asked for House, and they brought him in.
I sent a note.
Did you? Okay. Calderon now thinks about it. He's going to pop a 2 and hit it. Calderon is shooting 45% for the season thus far. He gives the Raptors the lead again by 1. Nash into Marion, beautiful feed, and now the Suns picking it up a little bit. Nash back-to-back assists. The Suns up by 1.
Well, it's a simple game. Another pick and roll. Calderon switched on Sean Marion. Steve just threw it up to the rim. Sean jumped up and finished.
Now they go into Bosh. Bosh with that left hand. Not this time. Rebound is cleared nicely by Diaw. Diaw to Nash. A little more energy right now. Suns a little more up-tempo. House from the corner. Not this time. Diaw has it. Tries to feed into House. Probably overpassed it there.
Yeah, bad decision there. Good job on the offensive rebound. Tried to hit a cutting House. Just too many Toronto Raptors down there.
Suns now turned it over 15 times. James looks up now with 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. Dumps it into Bosh. Bosh turn around, off balance, count it, and he's fouled. That time he showed some body control. He was knocked off target a little bit, still hit the shot. And the foul will go against Marion.
Yeah, Sean tried to come down and help, reached in, hit him on the opposite arm as he's going up for a jumper. So he's going to come down and try to reach in and grab the ball, and hits him on the right arm, and Bosh throws it up there and it goes in.
So now Bosh at the line. Bosh with 22 points in the game. His high this year was 27. And that came in the win against the Miami Heat. And he's hit his last 3 from the line, and it's a 2-point lead. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Suns now going to go for the last shot of this third quarter. Here's Nash now, and Calderon tried to chest him out. They have a foul to give. Bonner will come into the ball game now. Bonner will come in. They'll get Bosh out of there, give him a little bit of a break. He leaves with 23 points, 8 rebounds. Nash outside with Bonner switching out on him. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Nash going inside, and that ball deflected. It's going to be Toronto ball with 1.2 seconds. Calderon going to have to hurry. It will not count if it goes. And we have played 3 quarters. The Raptors outscoring the Suns 23-19. Only 19 points in the quarter. Suns continue to struggle offensively and find themselves down by 2. Suns still looking for a spark, down by 2. You can see the scores by quarters. Suns didn't even get to the free throw line in the third quarter. This Thanksgiving for the world's most exclusive casino, Poker's Elite, battle it out for $1 million jackpot. It's a full tilt poker.net invitational live from Monaco. Thanksgiving Day, 6 o'clock, only on FSN Arizona. So the Suns have allowed Toronto to stay around. Can they somehow find a way to win this? Brian Grant comes in for the first time to start this fourth quarter, along with Diaw, Eddie House, James Jones, and Steve Nash. The Toronto team trying to win their second straight game. The Suns trying to win consecutive games at home for the first time this season. 63-61 as we start the fourth quarter. Bonner brings it outside now to Calderon. Villanueva goes inside and powers it up. That ball deflected outside. The chase is on. They can bring it back. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 1. Calderon realized that. Desperation heave, and Grant comes down with the rebound.
Beautiful job by James Jones as he came across on the weak side with a beautiful rejection.
63-61. Diaw brings it out to Jones. This is a 3-ball. And the rebound is clear by Villanueva. Suns now 1 of 18, make it 1 of 19 behind the line. James, I should say, looking over to Sam Mitchell. Gets a direction, ready to roll now. Kicks it out to Bonner. Bonner with a 3. Bonner not able to get it. Brian Grant with yet another rebound here in the early going to the fourth quarter. Nash into the offensive end. Nash with 5 assists, 15 points in the game. Jones again, the 3, and no, and it's just been so difficult to get that 3-ball to go tonight.
Well, that's a real humdinger here tonight.
63-61, Toronto by 2. Here Graham gets it into Villanueva. He goes in, powers it, deflected around, Bonner back taps off, it comes to Nash. Nash off the House, this is a 3, yes! Eddie House proud to own the 3-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities. 2 for 21, the Suns. Well, what a big one that was, giving them the lead.
Somehow, some way, I'm getting Eddie House open and getting him the ball.
And Calderon comes back and hits a 2. 1-point lead now for Toronto, and again, you let the Raptors stay around. They're starting to bleed. Nash not able to hit that one. Nash has played 32 minutes in this game tonight. Marion has played 36, Bell 38. Here's James outside. Suns tomorrow night in Houston. And we're going to have a blocking foul, and that foul against Toronto. Jim Jackson coming in. The foul is on Bonner.
Yeah, just a moving screen, and the Suns need somebody to step up, and Eddie House has played well here at home. And it's been one of the few bright spots as he comes off the screen, gets a wide open jumper and knocks it down.
House with 9 points of the ball game. Diaw, the House again. And not this time.
I like it though. Good set play, set the back pick, popped open, wide open for the jump shot. He'll make most of those.
Calderon now to the offensive end. Shows the confidence Sam Mitchell has in this rookie, putting him in crunch time. And we've got another blocking foul. Moving screen by Bonner. They've called it twice. And in exasperation, he looks to his coach. Bonner has 3 fouls. Timeout, Toronto. So the Raptors up by 1. 9:26 to go. And Bonner, he doesn't like the way they're calling this game at all.
I'm sorry, but you have to stay smooth. Oh, that's a bad. Well, yeah, you can't do that, Gary.
Suns down 65-64. Tonight's High Flyers feature presented by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. And here we go with the High Flyers.
Well, our producers are working if they can find some exciting plays in this game. Defensively, Sean Marion. Nice block on Chris Bosh. Good job matrixing and Villanueva.
And while you were doing all that, we have a blocking foul called on Brian Grant. Boy, they're calling a few of those right now, aren't they? 2 on Bonner, now 1 on Brian Grant. That gives the ball back to the guys from Canada.
Exactly. We need a lot of fouls to slow the game down.
65-64. You can see the turnovers. Neither team doing a very good job of taking care of the ball. Calderon goes right down the pipe, and it's a 3-point lead now for the Raptors. Suns have pretty well manhandled Toronto through the years. Here's Jackson missing. The Suns trying to continue that. They've won 9 of the last 14 meetings with Toronto, sweeping the series last year.
Pretty soon they're going to have to stop shooting threes because obviously we're not going to be making them tonight. Concentrate on getting to the basket, they're going inside.
2 for 22 as Calderon hits a 3. Boy, this kid is really stepping up.
It's going.
It is 70-64 now as we at the 8.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. House is able to respond. Boy, the guy, the gunslinger, coming off the bench again. He is in double figures of the 11 points.
Coming off the pick by Brian Grant, stopping and popping the 15-footer.
70-66. Calderon goes inside. This guy trying to take over the game. Rebound is cleared out by Jim Jackson. Jackson back the other way. Jackson brings it out to Nash. Nash using a Grant screen to House. House 3-ball. Yes! The third 3 of the night for the Suns. And Eddie House proud to own the 3-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. It's a 1-point game. Suns now with 3 for 23 behind the line. Bonner pulls up. Joey Graham with a 3. Rebound by Nash. Nash back the other way. Nash with 7 assists and 15 points in the game. Baseline, Jackson, Grant sticks it. Brian Grant coming in to start the fourth quarter. Hits a big shot, and the Suns have the lead.
Yeah, Brian's been solid all year with that open jump shot. A very good set shooter there, and Jim Jackson going baseline, nice pass.
Calderon out to Bonner, they swing it around. Graham, the rookie, to the hole, nicely done. And it's back to a 1-point lead now for Toronto. Joey Graham looks like he could help this ball club. He can shoot it from outside. You just saw that move to the basket. 7 minutes left to go. Into Diaw. He has James on his shoulder. Kicks it out to Nash. Jackson going into a lot of traffic. To House. House again. He may have hurried that one a little bit. Calderon comes up with it. Calderon off to Villanueva. Villanueva goes inside. They swing it around. Here is James with the 3 and the rebound by Grant. Substitution of Brian Grant really has been a good move by Mike D'Antoni. He's come in and that rock-solid play, that physical toughness that he brings to the game. From the corner is Diaw. Yes, a 3! And the Suns have hit 2 threes now down the stretch. And Diaw proud to own the 3-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. Suns up by 2.
Big shot there. Diaw, not known as a good outside shooter, steps back and makes it.
Suns on a 10-2 run now over the last 2 minutes and 30-plus seconds. And they're up by 2. James comes back out. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Mike James to Bonner. Bonner long 3, and he smacks it down.
Well, Brian Grant helped a little bit too long there, and Mike James leaves a wide-open Bonner. Nobody from the weak side rotated over, had a wide-open jumper.
Bonner with 9 points. The Raptors with a 1-point lead. Jackson tried to shovel it inside. They lose the handle. And that will be the 18th turnover against the Suns. We have a TV timeout. The Raptors up by 1, 75-74. 5:40 to go, and Toronto hanging tough in the start of this 4-game Western Road swing. We're headed down the stretch. The Raptors up 75-74. Let's go back, Dan, to our Southwest High Flyers and finish up what we wanted to show.
Part 2, the sequel. Good defense here by James Jones on the weak side. Rejects. And then, Sean Marion goes way above the rim. Good pass by Steve Nash. And that was about as exciting as it gets tonight so far.
Suns in the fourth quarter shooting 5 of 11. Toronto 5 of 13. So with 5:40 to go, this Toronto team is hung tough. They've led by as many as 10. They at halftime were down 42-38. And in the end of the third quarter, they led by 2 and now up by 1. Jalen Rose is in. Bosh is in. James for Toronto, joined by Calderon and Bonner. It's House, Marion, Jackson, Nash, and Brian Grant for the Phoenix Suns.
Raptors doing a fantastic job of only allowed 2 fast break points on the Suns. They've really slowed this game down and controlled the tempo.
They have. And there's going to be a foul on Brian Grant as he made contact with Bosh. It'll be side out to Toronto. Grant's done a nice job of bodying up on Bosh, who's had that huge 23-point game. Calderon outside. Calderon directing Bonner out there. I tell you, this Calderon's a 24-year-old rookie. He plays with some maturity. Bosh the follow away, baseline, tough shot. Marion comes down to the rebound.
Good beat by Brian Grant. Make a tough step-back jump shot.
14 rebounds now for Sean. Swinging out to Marion, who has 22 points to go with those rebounds. Nash with 8 assists in the game. Brings it off to Grant. 8 on the shot clock. Switch with Bonner on him. Nash goes in against Bonner. And Bonner's height made him loft it high, but he got the roll.
Took a little while, but Brian recognized that Steve had a mismatch, cleared out the whole side. Steve got into the paint, made a tough jump shot.
Suns have retaken the lead 76-75. Calderon picked up by House. Calderon feeds to Bosh. Bosh open, not able to get it. Eddie House comes back the other way. Eddie House, the all-time leading scorer at Arizona State. He's going to pull up. That was deflected. Bosh got a piece of it. Calderon's got it. And he goes up the floor. Boy, this guy doesn't play like a rookie, does he? Here is James outside, and James just hit a 2. His foot was on the line.
Calderon there, like you said, pushed the action, found a wide-open James on the left side, knocked down the 3.
Nash outside now, 77-76 Toronto. Nash inside and a lot of traffic to Grant. Grant open shot. Not there. What a beautiful follow by Sean Marion. The Matrix. And the Suns retake the lead. Nobody has a quicker second jump than Sean Marion. You see points in the paint. The Suns have 30. Raptors 20. Suns haven't been able to run the ball. They've had to get those points in the paint. And baseline, we're going to have a foul as Jalen Rose ducking inside. Let's go back to that Sean Marion follow.
Yeah, the Suns are going to get wide open jumpers as they've had all night long. It's just whether they knock it down. Brian Grant shoots it. Marion just positions himself well, and you said it, he gets up quicker than anybody in the league.
Bell coming into the game now. Raja Bell will replace Eddie House. 3:32 left in this game. Suns by 1. It has been a battle.
Well, there's no guesswork in what Toronto's trying to do every time down. They go into Bosh either on the post or on the wing and let everything run through him.
James now is going to feed the guy you're talking to, the 6'11", 21-year-old third-year man. And he's stripped by Grant. Great defense by Brian Grant. I'll say it again, D'Antoni's substitution of Grant has been big in this fourth quarter. There's Nash on a give to Marion. Nash now with 9 assists and Marion with 26 points.
And one of the few times the Suns have been able to take advantage of the turnover, pushing the ball. Steve, great pass to Sean Marion, finishes with a slam.
3-point lead for the Suns. Just over 3 minutes left to go. Calderon goes in to Bosh. Bosh thought about it. He's missed a couple of shots, a little hesitant at that time. Now tries to back Grant inside, and he lost it. It's Grant again, and Grant has been a real star in this fourth quarter. Up it comes to Nash. Brian Grant's defense has been superb. Nash now waits for Grant to get in offensively. There's Marion. Marion has deflected. Calderon tried to save it. It'll be Phoenix ball with 8 on the shot clock. I'll tell you what, Suns starting to play some defense.
Well, Brian Grant, known for his defensive physicalness, doing a great job on Chris Bosh. Gets a steal. That leads to Steve Nash leading the break. He's going to find his favorite target up and under the matrix with the finish.
Suns by 3. It's time to Kia Watch and Win. Log on to Suns.com after the game and fill out the online entry form with tonight's leading score. You could win a jersey autographed by League MVP Steve Nash, plus a chance to drive away the 2006 Kia Sportage. Each of our winners this season will be entered into a drawing to win a new Kia Sportage, a versatile SUV with 6 airbags, traction control, and available V6 engine. Kia, the power to surprise. You look at this game, both teams have 2 full timeouts and a 20 left. The Suns have committed 2 team fouls. The Raptors have not committed a foul in this fourth quarter. As we come back now. Now it comes to Nash, 2:40 left to go in this game. Nash going baseline, Bonner was there, and is going to call a foul on Bonner. And Bonner has picked up his 5th foul of the night. It'll be side out, as that is the first team foul, as we mentioned, against Toronto here in this fourth quarter. And it comes now to Nash. Nash, 1 assist away from a double-double. Here's Grant now. He tells him to duck inside. 5 on the shot clock. Nice up balance. Tough shot.
Oh, the circus shot there. I think he was trying to get the foul. There was no call. Just threw it up on the backboard and went in.
82-77. Suns now starting to get a little bit of a spurt here late in the game. 2:12 remaining in it. James, they switch out. Jackson on in. Jalen Rose has been very quiet thus far. Has 10 points in the game. He is going to go up, not able to get it. Marion with another rebound. John Marion, a superb performance tonight. 15 rebounds at 26 points. Dell will back it out now. Less than 2 to go. Boy, this has been difficult at best for the Suns, trying to even their record of the year at 5-5. Switch out Bonner on Nash. Nash with 4 on the shot clock, and Bonner got him. And that, if that is on Bonner, that's his 6th. Nope, they're going to call it on Rose. So Rose commits a foul, and Jackson will inbound with 14 on the shot clock.
Well, good patience by the Suns. They're just going to run this pick and roll and let Steve create for his teammates. Usually Bonner going in there and
it comes now to Nash. Steve Nash, that quarterback, gets it to Grant, back to Steve. Not there. Look at Marion get up. Oh my goodness. Once, twice, follow tips. That's the play of the game.
Yeah, it seemed like he was hanging in the air forever there and just got a fingertip on it, then sprung right back up and tipped it in.
84-77. Marion with a spectacular follow. Here now is Jalen Rose. Rose getting it outside, 10 on the shot clock. Calderon going in. Suns playing some tough defense right now. Bosh overshoots it. And I tell you, Brian Grant has changed Bosh.
He really has. The last time down, they went away from him because Brian's done such a good job. They went to Jalen Rose. So Brian Grant coming off the bench and being a big spark.
1 minute to go. 84-77. Nash taking some time off the clock. Now makes his move against Calderon. Just keeps going. Calderon couldn't stay with him. Nash with the left hand. Steve now with 21. Bosh has not scored in this fourth quarter, and you can give a lot of the credit to Brian Grant.
Yeah, it hasn't been pretty, but to give the Suns credit, they really buckled down here. Good defense, and then Steve Nash taking over with the left hand, goes all the way to the basket. Suns 86, Raptors 77. We almost got this one, Gary.
The Suns down the stretch have been very good. A 10-0 scoring run right now. And at crunch time, they're getting it done, Dan.
Give a lot of credit to Brian Grant, who did a great job on Chris Bosh, really shutting him down, allowing the other guys to stay home. And hasn't been pretty, but the Suns toughened up when they needed to. And then Steve Nash, who's been big for the Suns all year, has had a tough time with turnovers, but taking over it late in the game, takes it all the way to the rack and lays it in.
Well, sometimes
it's not always pretty.
A team that you expect you to put away easily, and you got to fight and fight to win it, and sometimes you can really build off of that as they'll head to Houston to meet the Rockets. And interestingly enough, the whole team has lost the last 5 meetings between the Suns and the Rockets. It'll be interesting to see if the Suns can win another one. James quickly launches one, and Bonner tries to follow, and eventually Nash has got it. And we're going to have a foul as a very frustrated Matt Bonner has tried to come up with a steal. And the Suns now starting to smile for the first time tonight. It has not been easy as Nash at the line with 21 points and 9 assists. Suns go to 5-5 on the year. They'll go to 3-4 at home. And after the game tomorrow night, they'll be home for the next 2 weeks. 9 of the first 13 games at home in November as Nash makes it a 10-point game. Suns' biggest lead in this game was 11 way back in the first half. And Nash still continues to be perfect, 40 for 40. I didn't want to say anything. 88-77. James inside. Grant got a piece of it, but James scores anyway. James with 13 points. And a foul as Bosh commits the foul on Jim Jackson. So I think one of the big strategic moves in this game is Brian Grant comes in. They get Bosh slowed down. Bosh had scored 23 points heading into the fourth quarter. Grant came in, and all of a sudden, Bosh began to see how tough this guy can be on you.
Well, it's a Suns bench. I thought Brian Grant, like you said, great job defensively, and Eddie House came in and brought in a spark and scored 14 points for the Suns with a couple of nice jumpers there in the fourth quarter to get this Suns team rolling.
Hey, come explore the new Verizon Wireless Jungle on level 4 of the America West Arena at all Suns home games. Tons of fun for the kids and adults alike. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. As Jim Jackson with his first start tonight. Jackson with 4 points, 5 rebounds, 90-79, and Bell commits a foul. Our producer is David Hughes. Bob Adlock, our director. Thanks, guys.
If anybody's interested, David's looking for a date for Thanksgiving.
Well, I know he's going to have to eat by himself. Do you want to give his phone number out? Maybe we better not. Here is James from outside, and the rebound is cleared by Rose to Bonner. He double pumps and gets the basket. I want to thank Mark Bustos, our statistician, and of course, Sheila Simpson, who does such a great job as our stage manager.
Sheila has no problem finding a date, I can tell you that.
Well, let me just say this. She keeps you in line, and that is not easy.
That isn't.
I mean, that's, should get a Medal of Honor for that.
Sheila's hot.
Bonner hits a three-point play, makes it 90-82. And a reach-in foul on Bosh. So the Suns will go to Houston.
Pretty in pink.
Okay, now just let's get back to the game here. The Nets come here Friday. We'll get to see Vince Carter and Jason Kidd, Indiana at home, and the final game in November. Some very tough games coming up.
And the Suns, quite honestly, have played better down the road than they have at home. So there's no easy wins here at America West Arena.
Suns 2-1 on the road as Marion misses the free throw. How about Sean Marion tonight? 28 points, 18 rebounds. Suns, that was their first miss from the free throw line tonight. They were 12 of 13, now 12 of 14. Timeout, and Sam Mitchell is still coaching for this Toronto team. With 21 seconds left, this will be a 20-second timeout.
Well, you're right about Sean. Sean's been just a monster on the boards, 18 rebounds, and you see why he leads the league, or is right up in the league in rebounding. He has 9 offensive rebounds, 9 defensive rebounds, and for his size, best rebounder in the league.
That's a season high. He had 16 earlier this year, so 18 for Sean Marion. Let's go back and look at some of what Sean Marion has done.
Well, I mean, for a guy who hasn't been able to shoot the ball from outside at all, it's just amazing the way he scores. He's so athletic around the basket, just finds ways to score. Hardly ever has a play run for him. Here you see flashing up and making a jump shot, but one of the few guys in the league can score as many points as he can without ever having plays run for him.
Hey, partner, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah, you too.
I mean, I really hope it is a great one for you and all of those who are out there, and a lot of blessings. And again, Dick Van Arsdale, get back, will you? We miss you, buddy. Get back on that ordinary streak that you have so many times. There's Bosh missing. That ball will be deflected out. It will be Suns ball. There's another example of Brian Grant. Crowded him out. He wasn't taking the shot there where he was comfortable.
Well, Brian's a veteran and uses his body very physical, not let Bosh get into the lane to shoot those easy jump shots.
And so the Suns will hold it, and the Suns are going to win it. And so our next Suns game on FSN Arizona is Friday against the New Jersey Nets. Suns countdown starts at 8 p.m. Now for a complete look at what's happening in the Arizona sports scene, including much more from the Suns win. It's time now for the Arizona Sports Report with Bob Facilla and Corey Kessler.